Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dime One, and I'm back with another video. Rate, comment, subscribe if you're old or new to my channel. Hit that notification bell so it'll let you know when my next live stream or video goes down. All right. Now, with that being said, LeBron James boys. LeBron James boys. Them Cleveland Cavaliers lost, yo. Them Cleveland Cavaliers, y'all slow. We're going to be talking about, and I'm sorry about the picture. I got the sun behind me. We're going to be talking about game 6. And I'm going to go, before I get into it, let the record be known that in this series, I predicted that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to beat the Indiana Pacers. Why? Not because the the Indiana Pacers are not talented, because if we're going on talent and if we're going on the team concept and everything else like you would normally do in a basketball game, then the Indiana Pacers will be crowned the champions of this series. All right? The Cleveland Cavaliers have a better, they got better starting five than the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Indiana Pacers have a deeper bench than the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay? And when you have those two factors, 9 times out of 10, those two factors can get a lot of teams to win a lot of series. But when you're going up against King James, and when you're also going up with the powers that be, the NBA wants LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers to advance because they want to see the Cleveland Cavaliers get destroyed by the Golden State Warriors again, because that's the cash cow. That's what's making the NBA popular, all right, by matching these two teams, all right? So best believe the powers that be are going to figure out ways for LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers to advance past the Indiana Pacers. So in game 7, the referees are going to be swallowing. They're not going to be swallowing their whistle. They're going to whistle everything. If they breathe on LeBron James, they're gonna whistle. LeBron James is going to probably get away with a lot of holding, being aggressive, okay? And the referees are going to swallow that factor, that aspect, okay? So that's what's going to go down in game 7. I predict that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to advance and beat the Indiana Pacers, not because they were the better team, it's because they have all the advantages in front of them. Now, the only way the Indiana Pacers are going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers is that LeBron James has another meltdown or he stops playing, okay? Like what he pretty much did in game 6, and I believe he did that in game 2, game 3, I can't remember, where he just said, I'm gonna call it a night, all right? It's the game that people was expecting him to throw his teammates under the bus. Now, let's just go ahead and just get this out of the way. LeBron James knows what type of roster he had. He wanted Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose. He wanted Dwayne Wade. He wanted those types of players. Well, not too much of Isaiah Thomas, but he welcomed the fact that Isaiah Thomas was on his team. We'll just give him that much. And the Cleveland Cavaliers organization gave him what he wanted. Come to find out, those players did not pan out. So what did the Cleveland Cavaliers do? They traded all of those players for role players. Now, people are stating after last night's game, well, if IT was still on this team, LeBron would have another 20-point score that can help him on the offensive end. But they still would have lost because players such as IT, Derrick Rose, and to a lesser extent, Dwayne Wade, even though they can throw up points in bunches, on the defensive end, they would have struggled, okay, particularly with younger players. And that was the whole concept of them getting rid of those players in the first place. So the trade that they made was not necessarily a win-win, but a lose-lose, okay? And the Cleveland Cavaliers, the people that they traded for, they're definitely going to be there next year. And even if LeBron James decides to move on, which I don't think he is, because he's not going to get a better option than what he's got when you're talking about influence and control, okay? A lot of people think if he goes to the Lakers, he's going to run roughshod there. I don't think so. I think Magic Johnson will placate to him, but at the end of the day, he's not going to run the Lakers organization like he did with the Cleveland Cavaliers. His bread is buttered with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I expect LeBron James to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But if he doesn't return, the Cleveland Cavaliers can flip this and look at this as a good thing, because now they got the Brooklyn pick and they got these young players that give them one more year to see what they can do. If these players evolve into something much better, they're going to keep them and re-sign them, and if not, they're trade pieces. See, the problem with the Cleveland Cavaliers, when you talk about right now, right at this very moment, the problem with the Cleveland Cavaliers is it's not a full team. It's not the typical team that has its own plays, have their own sets, and how they play when you're talking about defense. It's not a traditional team. It's an isometric team where LeBron James can take the ball up court, and he can decide whether or not if he's going to take it to the hole or dish it to somebody. The theory that LeBron James makes anybody better isn't true. There are limitations on making people better, and LeBron James is experiencing that. Now, there's nothing they can do as far as changing up the roster or finding other players. There's nothing they can do about that. They're in the playoffs. They got who they got. Okay? And these players are not going to get better overnight. LeBron James is going to have to understand the flaws these players have. These players can't just score a bunch of points. These are the players that he have now are not defensive dynamos where they can just stop somebody with no problem. He does not have those types of players. What he has, in essence, is a bunch of CB talent, and he's basically the only star on the roster. Now, people are going to state, well, what about Kevin Love, Chris? I thought Kevin Love was a star. Kevin Love is a star as long as you got better players around him. Kevin Love is, I mean, when Kevin Love was in Minnesota and they went to the playoffs, you have to realize what type of talent he had around him when he went to the playoffs. Okay? It's not like he did it on his own. Kevin Love is a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's not a superstar where he can carry a team on his back. Because when he had the Minnesota Timberwolves, he couldn't do nothing with them. And the only success he had is with LeBron James. And he fits perfectly with LeBron James. He can be a spot-up shooter. He can sit in the corners. And he really doesn't have to have the ball to do his thing. He fits perfectly with the ISO type of play LeBron James gives to the team. And as long as the team continues to think this way, that all we need to be very successful is just allow LeBron James to be LeBron James, it's clearly not working. You're going to have some type of structure inside your system where these are the plays we're going to run offensively, and these are the plays we're going to use defensively. And they should be able to have, they should be able, with this younger squad that the Cleveland Cavaliers have, they should be able to press full court because of all the young talent that they have. It shouldn't be a problem doing that. Okay. I don't think LeBron James can consistently do it, but you would think even when he's out of the lineup, they could at least play better defense. At least play better defense. They have limitations on offense. They don't have a consistent score other than LeBron James, and when LeBron James goes down, it's a wrap. There's nothing no one else can do. And that's the climate the Cleveland Cavaliers are in. I fully expect them to win Game 7 because the powers that be are going to let LeBron James just get away with whatever he wants. He can just get away with murder. And if you even breathe like a player such as Lance Stevenson, who's been defending LeBron James, if he just looks at LeBron James crooked, they're going to blow the whistle. And that's the type of game that they're going to play. And the only way the Cleveland Cavaliers do not win Sunday is that if LeBron James just said, you know what, it's a wrap, I'm done. Okay, he have done it in the past, and he will probably do it in Sunday night's game. But LeBron James, who has most to lose, and it's LeBron James. If LeBron James does not advance, as far as comparing him to Michael Jordan, those comparisons will be thrown out the window. Because people such as Skip Bayless and Colin Cowherd are going to print the narrative of LeBron James, of all these myths. Having LeBron James guarantees you to go into the finals. Having LeBron James on your squad makes other people around him better. Play outside their capabilities. LeBron James, the facilitator. You really don't need your superstar demanding the ball, shooting the ball more than anybody else on the court. And all of those theories are going to be thrown out the window. LeBron James if he wants to win this Sunday's night game, he's going to have to take over. He's going to have to stop being the facilitator and be the engine, and everything runs behind him. And when the first thing LeBron James should do is start off hot early, right in the first quarter. Start demanding the ball, taking it down to the low blocks, pushing the ball up court. He should be LeBron James. And, allow the teammates of the Cleveland Cavaliers watch him display this raw talent of himself. And maybe that will inspire them to do something in the second, third, and in the fourth quarter. I think but in order for LeBron James to do that, he's going to have to utilize so much energy in the first quarter where he probably not going to have it all for the second. So 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to miss half of the second quarter and play somewhat in the third quarter, but he'll probably play all in the fourth quarter because LeBron James is an older player. He's not, in NBA standards, he's an old man, okay? And like I said in my other live streams and in other videos, I fully expect the Cleveland Cavaliers to advance past the Indiana Pacers. But if it doesn't happen, I gave you a list on why it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen if LeBron James just says, you know what, I'm giving up. And I'm wrapping up the season. It's a wrap for me. And that's pretty much it. If LeBron James does that, then that will indicate to me and others that he's moving away from the Cleveland Cavaliers. After the game, he's going to be a free agent. He's going to sign someplace else. And the Cleveland Cavaliers organization, theoretically, they'll be fine with it. You know, like Dan Gilbert, he will release press statements saying that we're better prepared of LeBron James leaving us than we were the first time around, which they will be. They'll have the Brooklyn pick. That pick will give them a good to decent player. And they have young talent right now that they can give one more year to see what this young talent is capable of. Okay, so that's just about it, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Just to let y'all know, I'm probably not going to do Fortnite this day. I promised Saturday I was going to do it. I'm probably going to bypass it totally this weekend. And as far as gaming goes, I might play a little Sea of Thieves. I'm definitely going to play Splatoon when I leave this live stream. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, and I am out. Deuces.